folks, I'm Alejandro Archibald and welcome to episode 2 of Eats by Dro. Now in my last episode we made cochinita pibil, the Yucatan style Mexican pork. So perfect accompaniment to that is fresh tortillas. So in today's episode I'm going to show you how to make basic corn tortillas from basically scratch. First thing you're going to need is Masa. So this is a very special type of corn flour, not like the basic stuff you might find in the supermarket. With this stuff, the corn kernels have actually been rested in like an alkaline water, which, long story short, makes the flour and the tortilla end up a lot more softer, so you get a much better texture. So that you can pick up at some Latin American grocers or some markets, or even online. I'll put some websites up there for you. You're gonna need some lukewarm water and a bit of salt, completely optional, it's up to you. Now the first thing we're going to do, so I measured out 1 cup of our masa there, so I'm going to throw that into a bowl, pinch of salt, once again, completely optional. Then I'm going to take some of our water, so I've measured out just over half a cup. Usually it's roughly equal parts water to flour, but you want a bit extra left over as well, just in case. So we're going to pour about 1/3 of that in to start. And once you've done that, all you have to do is start sort of kneading it and working the dough until it starts to form a proper dough. Now make sure you always keep some of your masa and some extra water on hand, because if it ends up too dry, you can add more water. If it's still too sticky, add more masa. Now when the dough is ready, what you're looking for is that the dough stops sticking to your hand and they stay dry. And you should also be able to sort of roll that up into a ball, like so, and just roll it around your bowl, picking up all those little extra bits. Perfect, so that's perfect and ready to go. All you have to do now is let that sit covered with a clean tea towel. I'm just going to let that rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, now that I've been letting my masa rest for between 5 to 10 minutes, the next step is to roll that up into little balls. So, easy way to do it is get a flat, clean worktop, and we're just going to roll that into like a little cylinder. Now if your dough seems to be a little too dry from sitting there and looking a bit flaky and cracky, easiest way to fix that is to get some of that leftover water and just get a few drops on your hand. That's all you need. So with that cylinder we're going to be breaking that up. It's roughly about that size, because what we want is little balls, say just smaller than a golf ball. So do that with the rest of your dough. Alright, so now that I've done that 1 cup of masa has gotten me roughly 8 tortillas. The next thing we need to do is, of course, we need to flatten them, so to start making them look like tortillas. Best thing to use is one of these things. It's called a tortilla press. But if you don't have that, don't stress too much. Another way you can do it is get a couple of chopping boards, wrap that in cling film, or get a rolling pin, and that'll get some flour on the table like you would a regular bread dough, and just roll that out so it's nice and flat and circular. Also, what you're going to want is something to line your tortilla press or your chopping boards with. Now that can be either bit of plastic. So sometimes I've seen people use a leftover plastic from the tortilla packets, or you can get a bit of cling film. But what I like to use, which I think works fantastic, is just to get a little bit of baking paper. So there you can see a few pieces that I've got that I've cut into obviously perfect circles. We're just going to place that on the tortilla press there, get our little balls, chuck it on, get that second piece of wrap, and we're just going to gently press that down. Now if you want a bit of a thinner tortilla, you can choose to flip that over and press it again. That's totally up to you. And then you just want to pick it up like so, chuck it in your hand, and we're just going to gently peel that off, making sure you don't tear any of it at all. And there's perfect little tortilla ready for cooking. Now what you're going to want from here is a really hot pan. I'm talking like scorching. And you're just going to throw that straight in there. While it's cooking, get a few more lined up just so you can enough to fill the pan without them crowding too much. So we just take our flattened tortillas and we just chuck them in the pan like so. Now what you're looking for here is once the tortillas start raising up to the edges, that means they're pretty much done and ready to flip over. See, like that. So all we're going to do here is take your hand or a spatula if you're feeling a bit scared, and we're just going to flip them over. And once those are just about ready, you're going to want to get something along the lines of this, which is the tortilla warmer. Now if you don't have one of these, you're more than welcome to just use clean tea towel and just open them up and chuck them in there and keep them wrapped up. But as long as whatever you do, do not wrap them with cling wrap or put them anywhere where they're not going to be able to breathe. Because if you don't let them breathe, the steam is trapped inside and you're going to end up with soggy tortillas, which is gross. Alright, so once those ones are done, grab them all, throw them in your tortilla warmer. Well, there you have it, folks. The perfect, fresh, homemade tortilla. Look at that shit. Now, trust me when I say this, but these things are going to change your life. Once you learn how to make these, you'll never want to go back to that packet crap ever again. There's just absolutely no comparison whatsoever. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this channel. This episode, should I say. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time.